Yo, what is good? What is good, my good YouTube people, man? We're back for another animated Chainsaw Man chapter. And I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed again. Like, none of the conversations I wanted happened this chapter, but there are conversations that could be happening this chapter. I'm not gonna lie, we got so much from just one line. And it all started when Fam explained her plan of how she's gonna be able to do the impossible. Be able to kill Chainsaw Man, yet at the same time not killing Denji, who is Chainsaw Man. And I'm not gonna lie, the plan does seem plausible. It brings into so many questions that we might have the answers to, or at least I feel like I have the answers to this video. And it's just like, and there's like pretty much a lot to talk about. Like, first and foremost, I want to go into the heart transplant part. Is that even possible? Like, can a heart truly, like, if I just switch one heart with another heart, it will, like, would they be able to save in a time? Can Denji's body not operate with a human heart if it's worked for a devil heart for so long? What about all the devil blood that was running through him? Like, does that have no effect? Like, that's one question I have. Like, I don't know if it could fully work. I'm not a heart surgeon. Now, we can maybe get past that fact for his manga. But it's just like something I was curious about, like, yeah, just in general. The second question is, like, are all the hybrids built this way? We have Katana Man over here who should know, maybe. Because I'm guessing just like Rize, he wasn't born a hybrid or anything like that. He must have been made to be a hybrid in some way, shape, or form. Maybe through like an hand transplant surgery, because like the katana is in his hand, so maybe they gave him the hand of the katana or devil or something like that and put it in his body, and that's how he became Katana Man. Like, that is one other thing. And the third and pretty much the most important point, if this is all true, why didn't public safety try to do this, or at least a little bit sooner? Because like, maybe they were cool with Denji, and maybe like Kishibe may have smoothed things out slash Yoshida, because he does like Denji. He doesn't have I don't think he hates Denji. Maybe those are the reasons why. But I honestly feel like public safety, if they knew this was possible, would have just taken Denji and gave Denji's heart to like their most loyal soldier, their best combatant. Like, I'm hinging myself by saying maybe Kishibe and Yoshida, because I'm trying to keep every option out there. But I'm just curious, like, how come this hasn't been attempted before in the past? Or maybe it was attempted with the last chapter, which they did disassemble him. But if that's the case, why disassemble all his body parts? Why not just take the heart? I guess they kept it. Maybe, I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally answering my questions as I go. Maybe they kept it just in case they didn't know if it could work or not. And then they say, it's better to have someone we know how he works than to something else that doesn't really work. Like, they just kept it just in case that maybe they can use him for a later on purpose, or maybe they were gonna use his piece of his heart to empower other devils. I'm just more curious of like why they didn't do this. And now I get on to the second part, in which Family talks about like Denji's contract, in which she states the terms of your contract requires you to live a normal life. If you break the contract, the heart owner, the real Chainsaw Man, will emerge. Now, this was like a simple statement that kind of does sound true on paper, but it kind of goes against many things we've seen before within like the current Chainsaw Man Part 1. Because like he said, live a normal life, and this isn't the first time it's stated upon too. Makina also makes the same statement of when she was trying to get Black Chainsaw Man out of Denji. In which chapter 82, which she pretty much like killed Power and then blamed Denji for it, and blamed Denji for Aki's death, his father's death as well, and pretty much said, if someone can do all this thing, how are you capable of living a normal life, right? Now the theme by these two is that they keep hinting at the point of a normal life, but Denji's contract with Paichida wasn't necessarily the case. If I remember right, and I went back to chapter 1, and it was also stated in chapter 4 that Denji's contract was Paichida for Denji to show Paichida his dream. And I feel like this is illustrated throughout the entirety of the series, because like I said, it also showed in chapter 1 where when he died, Paichida said, show me a dream, and he also said the same thing in chapter 4. And we still see signs of this, like even in later chapters. Remember when Denji was talking to himself, saying, I live in an ordinary life, I'm happy, right? And then Paichida asks him, well Denji, now that you did this, what's your next dream? What's the dream after this? keeping on a theme of as long as Denji can dream and keep having dreams, then he can continue being a Chainsaw Man. At least the contract will still be intact. And also in chapter 85, where when Black Chainsaw Man / Cheeto was fully in control of Denji, for some unknown reasons, he'll have memories of Denji, like in chapter 85, where he said, I wanted a hamburger that isn't rotten for once. And he went to the hamburger shop where Kebani was and practically killed the whole staff, but we let it slide. Just so he can eat a hamburger. And then also in chapter 86, where he said he wanted to go on a date, then he kidnapped Kebani and then took her out to the Dance Revolution machine. It's odd because at this point in time, if the contract is truly broken, there should be no more hints of Denji, yet somehow Denji is still there, meaning that his dream isn't either he still has dreams or something is not fully met. I feel like that's like stating that something within the contract that we don't fully understand, neither does the Horsemen fully understand. I say all this to say is I feel like the Horsemen are having a difficulty understanding like the meaning of their contract. Fam might just be getting information from what Machina has and maybe think it's an ordinary life, but I think it's mainly originated around having a dream. And it may just be a thing between the Horsemen because like they're not humans. Like they view the world completely different to us. Like the perfect example would be this clip from SpongeBob.
Excuse us just 1 second, Mrs. Puff. Patrick, she has lost it. She's completely institutionalized. She's forgotten what it's like to live on the outside, to not be in prison.
Coming to bed, honey?
Now, to ruin the joke, like even though the person is free, he's practically like isolated to only doing these few things. But maybe to the Horsemen, they might see these two lives as identical and practically living a dream. Like maybe to them, just eating, sleeping, and working means like you're having an ordinary normal life. Even though the fact that Denji being a devil hunter, Denji fighting devils, all the stuff he's done was never really about having an ordinary life. It was pretty much Denji being happy. It might be a Japanese translation thing or a kanji translation thing. I honestly don't know, but I don't think his contract was about having a normal life. I think it was just mainly about having a dream. And that's really the point I'm really trying to get across. And also in chapter 91, another point that completely like goes back to this is like when Denji became Black Chainsaw Man, and like I pretty much believe he lost the will to live, or pretty much lost the will to dream, and the contract might have been null and void, or at least somewhat part of that. And what brought him back? It was power. When Power was able to talk to him and ask him, like, he's like, Denji, like, if with me gone, is there no more reason for you to live? And he said yes. And then Power said, this is a contract. Come and find me, Denji. And it gave him the will to live. And it seemed to brought Denji back from whatever rut he was in. So I honestly think like it's either the will to live or following your dreams. Maybe this might be the same in kanji, but I honestly feel like her interpretation of the contract might be wrong, or she's flat out lying. And nothing is showing more dubious than Fam's like actions. Like, listen, we're always trying to help somebody, right? Fam is crooked quiet. I tell you, Fam is a schemer. She's a very we like to laugh at her, ha ha ha. She's eating a lot, but she's the mastermind behind practically almost so far. I feel like she potentially has to be the mastermind of possibly, I would say, 30% of the story so far. Like, we don't know how deep Fam is going into this. We know she has something to do with the Fire Devil and the whole school program. Like, we don't know just how deep it goes in, but so far she has 30% all the manipulation of all that's going on. She's the new Machina for the time being. And as for everything else, kind of what I said last chapter kind of applies to this chapter. Just you've seen more of it. Like I said, Asa, oh boy, Asa's been the most caring I've ever seen. I've never seen Asa this kind, this caring, and this understanding of any other person throughout the entire series. Just that Denji's getting that Denji love right now. Like, he's getting it the most. Like, I'll do whatever it takes to save you, no matter what. And I honestly wonder what that means, man. All this talk about Denji's heart and Asa saying I'll save you no matter what, I kind of get the idea that, like, because we do have that panel with her holding a chainsaw that might be Denji's heart, and she gives Denji her heart, and maybe she's the new Chainsaw Man. Well, Chainsaw Woman. So I guess maybe not. I was thinking that maybe Tatsuji wanted to change protagonist, but he did that already. But he might want to do it permanently. But I don't know. But yeah. Also, can we talk about Katana, man? Yo, this guy seems more concerned about Denji's dick than Denji, man. This is the third time this man's been concerned about this, man. Yo, what's good with Katana, man? Or say, yo, I'll take you to a brothel, man. I will cheer you up. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Katana man's your dirty uncle. You know the one. Oh, how many girlfriends you got this week? Oh man, back on our church, I had at least 20 of them. But I look at all this as just comedy and hijinks. I am curious to see Asa's response to that, and Denji's response too. But I guess we'll have to wait till next chapter, which is next week. This week did felt a little long, and I was missing something. Guys, I have to make different videos. I want to make another video besides the Chainsaw Man video. I like doing these videos because they're fun and a little easy to do. But I try doing other videos because I want to plan something else for June. So yeah, with that, I'd like to leave you guys. I only put this in so you guys can try to make me do other videos. But please like, comment, subscribe. It's been B3, and stay animated.